Hello, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Bourbon. My name is Steve Akley. We've got a fun event tonight. We've got something called Whiskey Fights. And let's get to one thing real quick. Let's pour our first sample because we like them to sit a little bit. So and then I'm going to tell you about Whiskey Fights and what our plan is and all this stuff. It is the first time we've ever done this. But the idea is that competing tonight, of course, you might say it's a distiller competing tonight, but I don't look at it that way. This is actually the distillers are competing against one another. So this is literally they're battling it out. We've got 5 competitors here. You're going to be tasting everything blind. I'm not going to tell you anything about this. Whenever we do these, it's going to be a combination of big bourbon, the heritage brands, so those most famous ones that you're very familiar with, and the craft distillers as well. It'll never be just the big guys. It'll never be just the small guys. It's always going to be a mixture. That's the plan when we do these. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the classic ABV Network tasting. So how we typically do a tasting is we run through them 2 times. So the first time we kind of delve in a little bit further. We've got a big group tonight, so I'm not going to call on everybody when we do these, but I'm going to call randomly on people. And of course, you can share anything you like at any time. You can leave your mics open, that's fine. And you can jump in at any time if there's something you want to contribute in terms of a nosing or tasting note, that type of thing. But then I'll also call on you, and everybody will get called on at some point. I like it to be very interactive, so no one's going to get left out of it. It's just I don't call on everybody with each whiskey. If it's a smaller group, sometimes I do that, but with a bigger group like this, I won't. So we'll go through one time like that. We'll go through the entire list, A through E. We'll be tasting in alphabetical order. And then we'll go through all the way back to A, taste another time, a little bit higher level. Sometimes they do change when they've been sitting around for a little bit. Sometimes they change, and sometimes that's a better change. This tastes a little bit better than the first time. Sometimes it stays the same, and sometimes it is worse. So that's why we like to go through a second time. And then what we'll do is we'll take a quick break. I'll kind of have some quiet time for you guys to compare and contrast. So taste the 5, and then what you need to do is rank them. 1 being your favorite, 5 being your least favorite. And that's how we're going to compile the stats that will ultimately tell us who the winner are. So the top 2 will actually move on and will be invited to next month. This is going to be a monthly event. So the number 1 will be declared the champion. And we'll have a place on our website, and I'll include a link to our website when I update it after tonight's event. That'll have who the champion is, and it'll have the stats and stuff like that we're going to be keeping track of. And it'll have a ranking. So you'll have a champion, and then you'll have a ranking of contenders and stuff like that. So as they score high, they get in. So first place will be, of course, the champion will be on the next event, and then the runner-up will also get invited. And then it'll be 3 new. So we can't invite any of the bottom 3 won't be on next month, but could be eligible any month after that. So that's kind of the idea. It's just supposed to be a fun thing. I think over time, as we compile some stats and the rankings, and again, we're focusing in on master distillers, I think it'll be kind of cool to see who's got some high rankings and stuff like that. So it's meant to be fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So with
question,
that,
Steve.
Sure.
So does that mean you won't reveal who the contenders are at the
Yes. At the end of the night, yes, yeah. So we will go through and tell you who the champion is. So next time you will know something you don't know this time. You'll know 2 of the contenders. Now, that being said, I don't necessarily have to tell you what they've got. So because let's just throw out Jim Beam and say I did Jim Beam, and I had Jim Beam white label this time, and they end up winning the thing. Next time I could have Jim Beam back. I don't have to have Jim Beam white label. I can have anything from the Beam portfolio. And matter of fact, I want to do that. I don't want us to ever find what's the favorite whiskey that can just beat anything. I don't want to have a situation where we've got a whiskey that just can never lose. I want to mix it up, and so you're playing against the portfolio that master distiller is in charge of. So it's kind of an interesting take on things. But yes, you'll know all of it tonight. What the rankings are, who the bottom 3 are, and who the top 2 are. And again, you'll have a little bit more knowledge next time than you do this. So that's actually a very good question. All right. With that, what we need to do is because we pour 1 ahead, we're going to pour B, but we're going to be talking about A. So again, just pour B, let it sit, but then grab your glass with A in it. And that's the one we're going to be talking about. All right. That's kind of interesting on the nose, right?
A lot of butterscotch in there.
Butterscotch
candies.
Butterscotch candies jumping out. What else are we thinking? Yeah. Definitely got
A
the
little
vanilla.
grassy or herbal.
Grassy
with
or
that.
herbal. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Picking up a little.
A little what, Bill? Is that Bill? Oh, he froze up. So that's what happened there.
Get some oak and vanilla.
Oak and vanilla. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with you on that. All right, let's give our first one a taste here, see what we think. And again, I'm going to ask for some input here on the tasting notes. So here we go. It's definitely, sweet, kind of a light brown sugar. The butterscotch candies does carry through. Finish is pretty good. I mean, it's warm. It does stick with you for a little bit. Not very overpowering by any means, but there is a little bit that does stay with you. What do you think? Let's just call on some random here. Let's start with Kathy and Scott. Let's start with you two. What do you think taste wise are you getting from this one?
Big butterscotch.
A big butterscotch. Okay.
And you get the smoke on the taste as well.
A little bit of smoke there. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Scott, what are you thinking?
I'm definitely picking up some of the corn notes
Okay.
in this. So definitely a higher corn content. Great on the nose and a lot of flavor. I like it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, and the other thing too is any American style of whiskey is eligible here. So sticking with American whiskey, so it can be bourbon, rye, corn whiskey, whatever is represented, made here in the U.S. So, and there don't necessarily have to be the same proofs or anything like that. Again, this is random. Terry, what are you thinking about as you taste this first one off the?
Some vanilla,
Mhm.
charred oak. I would guess it's probably maybe a 3 on the char, and
Okay, man, that's pretty specific. That's good.
yeah, smoky. I don't think it's a real, it's not a 4 char, but kind of like a medium.
Yeah. Jason, how about you, man?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the butterscotch, brown sugar. Got a nice hug to it. Got a good mouthfeel for me. A nice longer finish. So it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Let me jump over to Catherine and Henry.
Yeah, I got some sweetness, but not too sugary sweet. Got those vanilla notes coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not too much of a burn either. It was quite nice. Quite I don't know, gentle on the burn.
Yeah. I'd say that's fair. Catherine, anything you want to add to that?
I kind of got a little maple syrup.
Okay. I can see that. Definitely. That's definitely in there. Let's talk to two more here. I'm going to jump to Milton and ask Milton.
I'm getting a lot of ethanol drying in the mouth, a little bit.
Okay. Tannins. Okay. Little dry notes there. All right. Last but not least, Mr. Bill on his birthday boy here, by the way, Mr. Bill's birthday today.
Hey.
What better way to spend your birthday than with this group, right? This is
Absolutely. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. I'm fine with you saying that. Bill said that famously with a distillery representative on here, and I almost melted out of my chair when that happened because I thought he was going to say I like it, which is his top ranking. Is the best thing he could say about a whiskey is I like it. And I asked him what he thought, and I thought he was going to say I like it. He came back and said it's okay. I was oh gosh. But yeah, we made it through that. I lied about that's his second highest ranking. He's only given that one time in the history. I sold it, but I don't think it worked. But I tried. I just threw it out there. We'll see. All right, let's pour C. We're going to be checking out B here in a second, but we want to pour C, get that one sitting for a little bit, and then we're going to move on to B. All right. Well, that's totally different on the nose. No mixing up 1 and 2 or A and B. I mean, those are very different.
There's some green apple in that one.
Green apple, yeah,
Yep.
hearty
Mhm.
green apple for sure.
Yeah.
I'm getting some raisin too.
Some raisin, yeah.
Mm,
Mhm.
yeah.
Is this a single malt?
I can't say anything. I'm not gonna say.
It's a lot sweeter than the previous one.
Yeah,
More fruit, like pear or something.
yeah. Definitely hitting on a lot of fruits here. So
Got the pear.
yeah, pear, yeah. Pear, apple,
the-
raisin.
What's the proof?
I can't tell you that. You know this. You already know the answer to that.
It's a tomato. A tomato's a fruit.
I get a lot of honeysuckle on this.
Honeysuckle. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Maybe it's sweet. So maybe a bit of honey, the old candy for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say honeydew melon.
Honeydew melon.
Mm.
Yeah. Nice layering of flavors. We got to try this one. So let's try it out. See what we got here. Woohoo. So
Watery.
watery. Okay.
I mean, not in a bad way. It just
Yeah.
Very
was
light,
liquidy light. Yeah.
Light, liquidy light. Okay.
but nice finish.
Nice finish.
Mhm.
Definitely not what I expected from the nose.
Right. Right.
Still smooth, still sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, compared to the first one was really dry, and this one is not.
Definitely.
It's like, yeah.
Opposite of that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is a little bit like cinnamon toast. When you put
Okay.
your cinnamon and the sugar on your bread and then you put it in the oven
Mm-hmm.
and it melts and caramelizes.
There's some sweetness in there too. So maybe there's some fruit on top of that cinnamon toast that's been baked.
Yeah,
I get
that spiced dried fruit thing
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
There's some sort of finish. This was finished in like some sort of honey barrels. No, maybe not a honey barrel, but it was like a wine barrel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, I can't tell you. I don't. I could, but that would ruin everything. Randy, what are your thoughts as you taste this one? What do you think's going on here?
Maybe some spice, maybe some maple type syrup taste to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It does stick with you a little bit too. I'll say that. So,
Mhm.
Mr. Gascamp, what do you think?
The only thing I could say that I found different was pulling a little leather out of it.
Okay.
So to me, it's thinking kind of drinks like a young top of the rick house.
Top of the rick house. Okay. All right.
Got some heat, got a lot of heat early.
Yeah. Heidi, what are you thinking?
Yeah, that finish on it, I get like a little spicy oak on that,
Mm-hmm.
but I still get that cinnamon. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla, and it's not honeysuckle when you drink it, but it has that sweetness to it. And I'm trying to pin down what that is.
Yeah. Jeannie, how about you?
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more complex than the first one. And I keep on going back and forth about whether it's a malt or like a finished. It's almost like a finished malt or something. It's kind of confusing to me. So, but it is super light. I think the finish is really short on it as well.
Okay. How about the Ewalds?
Most disappointing thin mouthfeel I've ever had in a whiskey to start.
Okay.
There's nothing there. It's water to me as far as the mouthfeel. It's got the sweetness that everybody's mentioned and get a little cinnamon, like a little bit of cinnamon gum.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Got a big red chewing gum is in there. There's a little big red in there somewhere.
So thin though. Wow.
Okay.
Dina?
I really don't have anything other than that to add.
It's not like you, Adina.
I know. Catch me on the next one.
It's not the Adina I know. All right, we'll come back to Adina on the next one. We got to get her because she's usually comes up with some really cool stuff. James, how about you, man?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of the same thing. I got the sweetness. It's really light and thin, which I haven't decided if I like or not. And that sparkly set. Yeah, the big red was exactly the way to do it. That's the taste.
Yeah.
In terms of the spice on it, but it's an interesting little thing. It's an interesting little pour.
It is.
Can't wait to
Justine?
find out what this is.
Yep. What do you think, Justine?
Yeah, I don't really have anything different to add. It's definitely watery. But it's got a good taste to it.
Okay. All right. Jump down to Casey, and then we'll hit the Robinsons.
Yeah, so thin mouthfeel, spice, dried fruit. I agree with Mike about the leather. It's definitely different on the nose, different on the palate. Real interesting pick.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, before we move on, let's talk to the Robinsons, check in with them. Melanie, we'll start with you.
Okay, I definitely agree with Dave that it's a very thin mouthfeel. I think it's watery. Terry, you brought up a good point. I do think it's finished maybe in brandy or something, and the finish overwhelms the whiskey flavor to me. I don't get any of the typical bourbon notes of caramel or anything like that. I didn't even pick up on any of the vanilla that some people mentioned. So this is definitely not one that I would buy.
Okay. All right. She's not a buyer. All right, Neil, how about you? You
This
better
is
say
very
the same thing, or
interesting.
there could be some problems in the household here.
No, I kind of agree with just about everybody. It's got, and that's the complexity of this, is there's so many different things going on, but I can't quite get over the earthiness of it, and yet the sweetness of it at the same time.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. I ask, of course, no one lock in anything in their mind yet, because that second pass, sometimes you'd be surprised how many times that will change your mind. So keep an open mind to everything. And that's why we will go through 2 times. All right. Next up, we're going to pour D, but we're going to be talking about C. So don't get yourself mixed up there. Pour that D into the glass, but grab C, because that's the one we're going to be talking about. All right. Oh, that's kind of light and sweet, kind of bubble gumish.
Getting some banana on the nose.
Banana on the nose. Okay.
Yeah.
A second for the banana. Okay.
Going once, going twice.
What else? Anybody else? Anything else on the
fresh straw?
Fresh straw. Okay.
Yeah.
Circus peanuts.
Circus peanuts.
All right, we're getting started.
There you
now.
go. Now we're talking. This is ABV Network language here.
I'd use the word cardamom, but I don't really know what cardamom smells like.
You just want to throw it out there.
I just wanted to use that word.
Make it
Yeah.
sound complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There. Congratulations.
I get chamomile.
Cherry too.
The little cherry. Yeah. I can see that. There's definitely that fruity.
Get some chamomile off the nose.
Yeah, a little bit of floral.
Like some florally.
Chamomile. Okay. That's a good thing. This one sounds promising. So let's give it a taste and see what's going on here with all those different nosing notes.
For someone who may or may not have jumped ahead a little bit, the cherry does present on the palate.
Okay. It carries through. It carries through. Okay.
Yep.
Well, so there you go. There's some cherry on the taste.
Heat, a little bit of heat.
A little bit of heat.
But not like bad heat, just good cinnamony heat.
Mouthfeel falls exactly between the first two.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
It's right at that
definitely.
center point. If you say this one's watery, this one's dry, this one's right in the middle. Yeah. What else do we want to talk about on this one? All right, let's kick this one off here with Catherine and Henry. What do you guys think as you taste C?
It's like Dr. Pepper a little bit.
Dr. Pepper, okay. That's a good one. I don't know that we've come up with Dr. Pepper as one of our tasting notes. Coca-Cola we've had in the past, or just cola, or name our store brand cola.
Yeah,
has
store
also
brand
been
cola
used.
last night.
Yeah, we had store brand cola. Yeah, last night, just last night. Yeah.
Cheer wine.
Cheer wine. There you go.
He's from North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be. So, Henry, how about you? As you taste this one, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I got some strong like kind of barley flavors to it, barley notes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the burn at the end, quite a nice finish to it.
Yeah. Casey, how about you, man?
Yeah, I also get those barley notes as well. And it's got, the hug is, right around the back of the tongue. It's not too overpowering. It's a pleasant sipper.
Okay. That's a good compliment for sure.
Porch
Jeannie?
whiskey.
Yeah, porch whiskey, as we like to say. That whiskey you drink, and you just keep drinking until you fall off the porch, and then you're done for the evening. So, and that sounds like it's just so out there. It's just totally made up. We actually have an associate that's part of my team that used to do that rather frequently. And then she finally had to move out of a house with a porch on it because I think she was worried about the liability issues of getting hurt. So, yeah, she's no longer in a house with a porch. So, it's for her. It's for her own good. Jeannie, what do you want to say about this one in terms of taste?
I'm not a fan, actually. It tastes to me like someone had mentioned cola. It reminds me of cherry Coke or something.
Cherry Coke.
I'm
Okay.
not a fan of that taste.
Okay. Fair enough.
Would you almost go cherry cough syrup? Light?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah.
Or those Ludens cough drops. Remember those when you were a kid? Try to talk your mom into getting you the Ludens and she wouldn't because that's just candy, she'd say. Oh, that's what I want.
Hey,
Mom.
Terry, it smells like hay in Texas.
Yeah. Fresh cut hay.
Fresh cut hay.
Fresh cut hay. Is that what you think, Terry?
Yeah. Milton and I actually went to high school together back in Texas.
All right. Well, that's cool. Well, welcome to the class reunion. I don't know if you remember the rest of us, but yeah. Jason, how about you, man?
Hey,
a lot
Denise.
of Texas people on here. So
say hey to Denise.
Hey,
Milton's
Denise.
wife.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of the same stuff. The cherry cola I can definitely get. I like the finish on it. Hoping the second time around it'll be a little bit. Can't decide if I like it or not.
Okay. Well, that's the good news. You don't have to lock in just yet. Anything else to add, Milton, besides the hay in Texas?
Now, I thought it was pretty low proof. I smell a lot of wood and spice, and I didn't care for the mouthfeel either. I didn't care for that at all.
Okay. Let's jump up to Scott and Kathy there. Scott and Kathy.
I definitely get like that cherry cola. And I agree that it's kind of in the middle of the two. I'm not fond of I like that big, thicker mouthfeel, but I'm not going to turn it away.
Okay. Scott?
Nothing really more to add.
Okay. Fair enough. Justine?
I think everybody's pretty much covered it.
Okay. Well, we've got one other person to weigh in. We haven't heard official decision on this one. That'll be Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill, you're the last one before we move on to the next. What are your thoughts? Mr. Bill, what do you think? I think he's having internet problems.
He's grainy.
No. Too much party on his birthday.
Oh yeah, I got a black screen.
Yeah.
He's got a sideways thumb.
He's got the sideways thumb, so yeah. It's just okay. We'll interpret that as
he kind of likes it.
Yeah. I kind of like it. All right, let's pour E in preparation for that one. But of course, we're going to be talking about selection D. So D is the one we'll be talking about. So once you pour E, just set it aside. And let's talk on the nose here. What do we got going on with D?
got D at the plate and E in the batter's
Exactly.
box.
Exactly.
Batter's circle. Yeah.
Mhm. On deck circle.
Get some
think-
honey and maybe some fruit.
Honey and fruit. I'm definitely getting the fruit. Kind of
Fig. I'm getting fig.
fig. Okay.
Yeah.
Fig.
Cherry.
Fig or cherry again. Maybe even strawberry. It's an unusual one.
Maybe a little bit of cinnamon.
A little bit of cinnamon in there. Okay. This one sounds really promising, actually.
Yeah.
Those are all good notes. All
Little
right.
Fuji apple, red apple.
A little Fuji apple. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Let's try this thing. Let's see what we got here. So it's sweet, kind of the Fuji apple on the taste. I mean, maybe that's the power of persuasion there. Last thing that was said. But that's what I'm getting. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You get that nice sweet red apple.
Yeah. Yeah. So good pickup there, Dave, for sure. Randy, what do you think of this one as you taste it?
Yeah, I'm finding it sweet. It kind of light. Goes back to the fruity flavor for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Bill Lewis just texted me. That's what he says.
Not much depth or complexity.
Okay.
The nose was promising, but the palate didn't, I don't think, delivered.
The nose, delivered a great check, but the palate wasn't able to cash it. It was overextended.
I feel like you take a bite of an apple and then and you get that initial hit of flavor and then it's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
And you get just a tiny bit of heat, just a teensy bit of heat, but no follow through.
Yeah.
Pretty light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James,
I get that apple moving into a hint of vanilla and then it just falls away.
yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So much promise there. And then there we go.
Yeah, and Casey's right. You get the apple, you get a little bit of that transition and just a little bit of heat, and then poof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Gascamp?
Yeah, this one was weird. This is one of those whiskeys that kind of almost starts like it's got ice in it, and but doesn't. You know, it kind of has that cold right on the beginning of the tongue, and then it kind of went to a little bit of a hug / hug's probably too strong a word. A little bit of a tingle on the front of the tongue, and kind of underfinished. And yeah, I think that this makes a better air freshener than a whiskey. I mean, it smells great. It just doesn't drink great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's jump in with the Ewalds here. We're going to start with Adina. Adina felt like give her another chance and she'll hit this one out of the park. So I'm lobbing you a softball here, Adina. What do you think?
Well, I did get a little honey off of the nose, and a little bit of that comes through with some cinnamon. Kind of like maybe an apple cinnamon turnover kind of thing.
Okay.
The finish, I think, is a little bit better than the others have been. Keep hoping that it's hangs on a little more.
Right. Right. Dave, how about you?
I got that apple hit, then get a little bit of cinnamon, maybe a little strawberry hint.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of goes away. And I'd like a little bit more mouthfeel, but I'd be happy drinking this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But
All right. Milton.
I get a little bit of a kettle corn taste in honey.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Last but not least, Heidi in that fancy new basement. Man, that's looking good. Very regal in the chair there in front of the barrel stave wall.
I love the wall.
The wall's amazing, isn't
Wall's
it?
great.
Yeah.
I should go get Jim. He can just come down and start contracting out. No, I get what everybody's saying about the apple, the cinnamon. I get a little bit it's almost like pine.
Pine.
Soft
Okay.
finish.
Yeah. Pine's not fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. It's light to me. It doesn't have a long finish. Again, it's definitely better than B. Better than C, but still
Okay.
very light.
All right. Jeannie, how about you?
I am going back to whoever talked about the apple turnover, because it definitely tasted like apple, and then it kind of moves into the vanilla and then into the oak grain type of flavor, which reminds me of like the pastry part of an
Okay.
apple turnover. So I can see that mixture and that transition.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, we tried to get Bill to weigh in on the last one, but he had the internet problems. Hopefully you're past it now. What do you think, Bill?
Tastes like an apple pie that's been cooked with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Okay. Yeah, I can't say I've ever had that, but I guess you can kind of imagine what that tastes like. Yeah.
It's a strange thing that some people do.
Do they? Okay. That's a real thing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's grab our last one. E. Again, we'll be going through these twice, but our last one in round one here. Let's talk about that. I mean,
I got Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot of butter, oily.
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
I was thinking Bananas Foster a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which a lot of that hits on that. Honey, you said, Randy?
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I also get those rummy notes that would bring in that Bananas Foster.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Let's give it a try and see what we end up thinking here.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Okay.
Yeah. Almost like vanilla pudding or something.
Vanilla pudding. Yeah.
Sweet cream.
Sweet cream. Yeah. It's got a little spice to it at the end that kind of sticks around a little bit. So,
Rich.
Yeah.
A little better
pretty good
mouthfeel,
eggnog.
Would be good in eggnog, you think?
Yeah. I think it's that. This is where you go, oh, this was finished in a rum cask.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a part of my brain that's saying I'm getting a little bit of chocolate in that.
Okay. There you go.
There is like a light dusting of cocoa or something.
Yes, yeah, because it doesn't necessarily have that chocolate sweetness, but it's got the cacao. Just
Okay.
But not quite the chalkiness.
All right,
It
Casey,
reminds
what do
me
you?
a little bit of watery caramel whipped cream.
Okay. Again, nothing I've tried, but yeah. Caramel whipped cream. Okay. Fair enough.
It's creamy.
Yeah. Yeah. I like when you can put into words things that we have I never actually have tried, but you're like, oh, okay, I get that. That's good.
I get
That's
vanilla creme brulee.
Vanilla creme brulee. Oh gosh, yes. I love creme brulee. That's a favorite. It's hard to pass up.
Almost very few of them have had a hot finish or a burn. They've all been fairly smooth. I'd be surprised if any of them are over 100 proof, but could be wrong.
Casey, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and combine a bunch of different people and say the vanilla creme brulee dusted with cinnamon and cacao.
Okay.
And I agree with Kathy that it's got that kind of thicker mouthfeel, almost dessert wine kind of feel. This is kind of the after dinner whiskey of the bunch.
That's cool. I like I think that's one of the great things about American whiskeys is the layering of flavors, and it's based on all of the things that we're hearing here. This one's got a lot of complexity to it, and just some of the other styles of whiskey end up being a little bit too much one note. And again, people like it. It's just not my taste profile. That's not what I'm looking for. So I'm not bashing anything at all.
Am I nuts, or does anyone else? Yeah. Does anyone else,
What you ask?
Stop when you ask the question.
does anyone else get a little mint or mentholy?
A little mint or menthol.
And
I might get something at the if after it's after you drink it and way after the mouthfeel goes, and it's like that maybe mentholy minty astringency kind of kicking in.
Yeah.
No, you're not nuts.
You know what's funny
Actually,
is how you don't smell that or taste it until somebody says it.
Right.
Right.
I think it has probably the longest finish of any of these. Maybe you kind of picking that up in that finish.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
it's
This
a
one's got
dry
hang
finish.
time. Sticks
Got
around
hang
for
time.
quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a dry finish.
I was thinking if I accidentally lit up a menthol cigarette on the finish.
Yeah.
Well, when I first tasted it, I said, oh, I think I get a little whiff of Jägermeister off of it.
Oh, there you go. Jägermeister.
Now it's a party.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
something? That was the surprise of the night. Yeah. All right. Catherine, what are your thoughts as you taste this one?
Watered down mint mouth.
I agreed with everyone. I feel like it stayed longer. I'm new to drinking whiskey, so for me, what struck me is like it hit me more like up here in my sinuses than it did in my throat, which was different than the other ones. I felt the burn kind of like going up my nose almost.
That does not sound pleasant. Yeah. When you get hit like that, that's not good. That's not.
But I think, Steve, I think that goes back to the menthol comment.
Right. Yeah.
There's a now I gotta go get my sensory kit and figure out exactly what that is. But,
right.
It's kind of like the difference between tasting sugar and turbinado sugar. It's got like this weird little twist to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watered down mint mouthwash.
Mint mouthwash. Oh.
Watered down.
That doesn't sound good anyway. You shake it there. That's no. Henry, I did want to check in with you too. So
yeah, so I thought it was a little drier than the others. I think I could get that cacao kind of bitter, dry flavor from it.
Yeah.
Definitely in the kind of the aftertaste.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, well, let's check in with Jason. Jason, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I keep searching for the menthol. I'm not getting the menthol, but I'm not finding it, but I only got a little left, so I don't want to.
You got to save it for round two here. Yeah.
Save it for round two, but it's good. I like it.
Okay. Okay. You can't say that actually on these events. That belongs to Bill.
That's copyright.
You're not allowed to. I'm sorry.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill's actually typing out a cease and desist in the chat right now. So yes, that'll pop up to the whole group in a second here. So yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go jump all the way back to A. Let's jump back to A. And again, higher level this time, not calling on anybody. So again, if you feel like there's something different, please contribute, just say it out loud. No big deal. That's kind of what we're doing this time. It's collectively as a group, what are thoughts on these? So let's on the nose.
Still butterscotch, still a little smoke, and that grassiness.
Butterscotch, smoke, and grassiness. Okay.
Smoking grass.
Nice. That's a different podcast.
This is 222, not 411.
We're not talking about Key West right now. We're not. Talking about...
Do they make CBD infused bourbon?
They will now.
They do now.
I don't think so, but yeah.
Not outside of Colorado.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Let's see what we got here.
Still got the biggest kick of the group.
Yeah.
And the best mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always bad to be the first bourbon in one of these. I mean, I would guess just because you don't have anything to compare it to. Now we can make a better comparison to the others.
Right.
That's the first thing I thought when I tried it was just high proof, but now I go back to it's a little bit lower proof, but still pretty good.
Yeah. That's good. It's definitely good. sweet. It sounds like it tastes like something from a bakery because it's got this fruity in there, but it's also got the baked goods, some bakery spices in there. Maybe cardamom if we actually knew what that was. It might be. We don't know actually. None of us know what that is. But if we knew,
about
we could say it for sure. But
have they ever put that in an aroma kit?
Cardamom? I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's a Greek seasoning.
Is it similar to cloves, supposedly?
I don't know.
I feel like they use that in gin a lot, don't they?
Yeah.
Aquavit.
I use it quite a bit, so I'm very familiar with it. It's kind of a nutmeggy flavor, but very intense with a little pepper to it.
Yeah, there's a peppery.
So there's a little bit of the bite from the pepper with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's fantastic on top of rum punch if you're ever out of nutmeg.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think this is this probably has a lot of rye in the mash bill?
Yes.
Based on the spiciness, yeah. I mean, there's definitely that kind of rye spice to it. So I think that's a safe assumption.
I think that's where some people are getting the heat sensation off of this one. It's the rye.
Yeah.
Spice.
Yeah, I would think so. If I were to take a guess. All right, let's set that aside. Let's grab B. B's the one we're going to be talking about now. So. Doughy. All right, let's try it. Almost got a little lemon to it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as thin this time
Yeah.
around, and it does have a little citrus twist. to
Yeah.
the end there.
I no one said that at all the first time, but it's kind
No,
of
it feels like it's new.
right.
Yeah.
This is a sixth offering here, but yeah, it definitely. It's weird.
This is very like candy fruity to me. Like
Yeah.
those fun dip packets that you used to get when you were a kid.
Oh yeah.
Dip it in the powder. That's I don't.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm on crack tonight. I don't know.
Maybe.
I remember Fun Dip.
Oh yeah, Fun Dip was good. That was a standard. You had to get that.
To me, this kind of tastes like this was made by a friend of the family.
That's exactly what I just told Adina, Mr. Bill.
Yeah, you never know
who you're talking about.
You never know.
It has the flavor of
taste.
Texas, which I don't care for.
The flavor of what, Milton?
The Texas bourbons, I don't know what that flavor of the smell is, but it's in most of the Texas bourbons, and I don't care for it.
Texas bourbons. Okay.
Like
I think this
like
is
a
from
mesquite?
Sparta.
It's not a mesquite. I think
Sparta,
it's
Texas.
Too fast is what the problem with Texas.
Yeah, it's
I like this one a lot better the second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really opened up nicely.
It almost tastes like a cocktail because it's got a lot of sweetness all the way through. It's
Yeah.
got some interesting.
It's got a twist in there too. It's got
nose
the lemon
and-
twist.
Yeah.
I almost
Garnish.
thought it like it was finished in an apricot brandy barrel or something like
Mhm.
that. Kind of.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of almost like seagrass, barrel seagrass
Yeah,
light.
there you go.
or something.
There you go. Barrel seagrass. I love seagrass, so that's not a
I
bad
love
thing.
seagrass
Did
too.
anybody put
Yeah.
a drop of water in any of these yet?
No, you're not allowed to. So I hopefully no one
No,
did.
I don't think you want to put
Did you know anyone who did?
Not at all.
This one tastes like I'd really like this at a higher proof.
Uh-huh.
Right.
This one, I think they proofed it down too much, but
I think so too.
yeah, I think this one will be dynamite at just a little bit higher proof.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's put it aside. You can put water in it in round 3 when you're allowed to do whatever you like. And it's your tasting. You'll be tasting independently as you rank them. So whatever you need, whatever tools you need to rank them, that's what you
I
do.
think Dave's picking up what I'm putting down.
So round 3 is free form. Do what you want.
Free form, do what you want. Anything goes. It's a wild and wacky
blend them.
Handstands.
Yeah.
Just keep your clothes on.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
family friendly.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill, I think the nose betrays it. We'll just say that right now.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this because I'm getting smoke on the nose?
On C? We're talking about C now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe some smoke.
Yeah, I get the
Got a
smoke
little
this
smoke on
time
the nose.
around.
Not the first
Okay.
time.
I didn't get it the first time, but this time, yeah.
I'm getting the cherry cola now. I didn't get it the first time
Yeah.
around.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
still
let's.
don't get the cherry cola. I get a little bit of that smokiness. Everybody remember hot tamales, the candy?
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Okay.
That's they turned hot tamales into liquid. It's called Fireball.
Well, take some hot tamales and put them in your cherry cola.
Yeah. There you
That's a party.
go. Welcome
If
to
you're
college.
14, it sure is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's taste this one. This is C. Let's taste C. That's got kind of a melon taste to it. It's
I get
definitely
more
fruity.
honey on it, or more sweetness on it this time.
Sweetness, yeah. That's why we can't lock in our votes. You can never lock in the first time. You just can't. You're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I know what this one is, or I like it or don't. It definitely evolves.
Almost a hint of leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, some of that's there. So some of the classic leathery notes, yeah, I say are in there too.
Steve, we need bigger vials.
Bigger vials. Okay. Okay.
So you just have to get the wheat grain.
Yeah, just get a smaller glass. Huh, Heidi? That's
Oh, okay.
That's how it works.
We're gonna go to wee Glencairns.
You got to get the wee Glens out, and then it feels like you had so much. Oh.
Your hand looks monstrous.
Mhm.
Or just be like McNew and get the little communion glasses.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, anything else you want to say for C before we close the books on this one? Anybody else with something for the official record? Okay, let's put it aside. We'll move on and we'll talk about D. So let's talk about this one. Kind of caramel and ice cream, maybe some sort of shake or something.
A milkshake or melted ice cream.
Yeah, milkshake or melted ice cream.
It's got that caramel to it. It's got that creaminess to it.
Creaminess to it, yeah.
Richness.
I definitely out of the 5, this one is number 1 or number 2 on the nose. But
yeah. So that's going to make it real interesting. Our taste here. What happens with the taste? Did it really jump up? I mean, the nose certainly feel like this is much better the second time. So that doesn't necessarily carry through. So let's try it. Let's see what we got on the taste here.
It's funny how different they taste the second time around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that surprises me.
It does, right?
A lot longer. Sticks around a lot longer than it did the first time through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You still get that hit of fruit up front, and the sweetness carries through to the heat. But then the heat is lingering more than it was before.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's the air.
Let me ask you this: has anybody rated any of these lower the second time around? I think they all improved the second time around.
Yeah, it feels like that. Yeah, it's been good to all of them so far.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
My least favorite the first time around continues to be my least favorite. The second time around.
That's true, but it did improve a little.
It improved.
bit.
Did it get better?
Yeah.
Give it another hour and you're going to love it. It's going to be your new favorite.
It's another 5 or 6 drinks. It'll be.
It's
By tomorrow morning, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It sucked less.
Yeah. Or we're just getting drunk. And this is great. I don't know. Something's happening because they all have definitely improved. So
This is about 10 ounces I've had today.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, it's your birthday, so it's okay.
Hey, what can you say?
Right.
Happy birthday. Is it
Mhm.
really your birthday?
Yeah, 60
February-
years old today.
60. It's a big birthday too. It's a big one.
On 2/22 of 22. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1962.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
It's Tuesday.
That's right.
It is definitely Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's Taco
Bill,
Tuesday.
did you have a special
It's
drink at
Margarita Day,
22
so
in
we
the
have 2
afternoon?
margaritas.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Randy?
I asked Bill if he had a special drink at 2:22 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay.
He
Well, that's
had a
pretty
double.
special. That's pretty special.
That I think D improved the most.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It improved the most from taste 1 to taste 2. From at taste 1, I didn't think it would be in the running, but after taste 2, it definitely. I don't know if it's going to be number 1, but I definitely think it raised.
It jumped up in the rankings for sure.
To me.
I had it up high on the first round.
Yeah. Did you? Okay. All right. Let's put D aside. And our last one that we'll go through as a group here is E. And let's talk about this one.
More
Roasted
oak,
peanuts?
more oak and smoke this time.
Oak and smoke and some peanut brittle. Oak, smoke, and peanut brittle.
Oh man,
I
way
got the peanut brittle.
peanutty
That's what it
to
was.
me now.
Yeah, it's peanutty. Yeah.
Oh, the peanuts just exploded now.
Yeah. And again, I
Circus
don't think
peanuts.
I don't think we talked about
Yeah.
peanuts the first time.
No,
Maybe
not
it's
at all.
yeah.
It's like a
I think
fresh
we did a little
peanut.
bit.
Like,
Yeah.
like maybe one that's like barely ready to be,
Yeah.
shelled or eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
peanut.
You mean
It
peanuts and
tastes
dirt?
young though.
Tastes young.
Peanuts
Okay.
and dirt.
Peanuts and dirt. Well, they all come out of the dirt. So yeah.
That's right.
All right, let's try it. The last one. Cheers, gang. Last one of the night. Let's cheers this thing.
Bill and his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
To me, this tastes like the middle of the road bourbon. What
Yeah.
you expect bourbon to taste like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is one that didn't improve.
Yeah. I agree. It is
Tastes
a
exactly.
super easy drinker. It's not offensive in taste, but it's also not wowing in any way.
Yeah.
And this would not last in a cocktail. It wouldn't show up at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's not strong enough alcohol feeling wise, and there's not enough flavor explosion there. I think it would just get lost. Whatever you're mixing it with is going to be what that cocktail is going to taste like.
This is the first one I think less of on the second pass.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Interesting.
It's just heat up front and then a little sweetness and it tails away to nothing.
Then it's gone. Then it's
You
gone.
know what's I was keeping notes. It's like we all said it was buttery, vanilla pudding, liqueur, rum, brandy, complex, minty. It went earthy. It went like earthy and cottony on the second go round.
Remember the first time we're talking about how it stuck with you, so much so that you get that feeling in your mouth where it's kind of cool and refreshing. That's where we're getting the minty. It doesn't hang on like that.
Doesn't have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to get everything that you guys were saying the first time around. This was very grassy to me the first time around. Like kind of almost like corn silk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really tried to get like the pudding and like everything else that you guys were saying. I did get a little bit of the menthol kind of minty, but it was very earthy to me the first time around too.
I think the cacao that everybody was talking about earlier kind of went to the earthy taste now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you buy this one, crack it and drink it. That's the bottom line. Don't let it sit out.
Drink it fast.
Yeah. Drink it. Chug.
Bring
Not
it.
that
bring
we
it to a
promote that
party,
here.
Everybody,
but, yeah.
bring it to a bottle share. Everybody.
Yes,
put it in
exactly.
9 ounce.
Or
Put it in a 9 ounce shot glass.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Like Danny drinks it, a 9 ounce shot glass. Yeah.
Give it to one of your coworkers.
Yeah. There you go. Not even
Unless it
necessarily
tastes
one.
like burnt rubber bands, I'm not giving nothing away.
Nice. Not to your boss. Not to your boss, but one of your coworkers.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I got to share the good stuff.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law gets this one.
There you go.
You don't like him?
Nah, he's a beginner. He's a real beginner on bourbon.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he'd love it.
Gotcha.
There you go. He got out of that one quite well, unscathed. Dave did that had the potential to be a real problem there, but
he's also my boss, so don't tell him.
There you go. You navigated well. All right. What we do next is I give you some free time here, and again, you want to compare these side by side, whatever you need to do to create that ranking. And again, the ranking is 1 being your favorite, 5 being your least favorite. I can't tell you anything's wrong there. You're ranking them based on your own personal taste. So there's no wrong answers, whatever you feel, but that's what we need you to create. We'll go through everyone and have them do that. And that's what ultimately is going to create our rankings for this evening. So I'll give you a few minutes where I don't talk. It's complete silence.
Now you go backwards.
You don't hear
Mute everybody.
Yeah. It's perfectly quiet. So you can work independently. What happened to Heidi? She went to go get more water, I think. Heidi left.
Maybe she had to poop.
Oh, God.
God, nice.
There we go. And we're now 8th graders.
Well, that's what we say about McNew when she walks away.
Well, that's because that's probably might be what happened. I've had to take breaks from podcasts before for that. So,
right, but Bill, she turns off her camera when she does
that. Yeah.
Oh.
But McNew, I mean, we podcast and McNew will leave in the middle of the podcast, so it's like, oh, okay. But that's McNew. So yeah, just keep working on that list. Do whatever you need to do. Side by side. 1 to 5. 1 being your favorite. 5 being your least favorite. The 3 in between.
Which is always the hardest.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Usually usually there's a standout. Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it when you smell something and then your brain's like, I know that, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes it's really nice when you're doing the group think and someone gets it for you, but
yeah,
it's frustrating when no one does get it.
Well, this is when I got crazy and I just dumped A into B to see what it would do.
Okay.
Do you work for Barrel?
Yes. Yes.
Just to see
You're
what
a big
that
Barrel.
does.
You're a big Barrel fan. You're a Barrel DIY guy.
Yeah.
Infinity Barrel.
You guys got to try the stuff that Nashville Barrel does. They do some really interesting barrel picks.
It's not too or something.
Nice.
Has anybody ever visited Chattanooga Distillery? I'm going there on Saturday. I'm going to go visit. Anybody got any recommendations for what to buy or anything?
So right now they've got an Isla finished bourbon that is knock your socks off.
One of their experimental deals.
Well, the funny thing was it's one of their finished series. Because the experimentals you can only get at the experimental distillery. This one, I went to Chattanooga to get a bottle of it. And then they said, oh yeah, well, it's going to be in general distribution. I always tell them that everything they do is interesting and some of what they do is amazing. I think if you have any enjoyment of Isla malts, you're going to really like that because it's got that bourbon sweetness and then it's got the Isla smokiness. And it was one of those wow moments that I had with them. But as I said, anything they do is going to be interesting.
Thank you.
Cool. And some of it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Chattanooga on Saturday and then up in Nashville on Sunday and Monday. So
nice.
So if you're
it's a nice place. It's a nice place. You're going to enjoy the tasting room and, their experimental series, they're going to have it available for you to taste. So, you can make your own decisions about what you like, but some of their barrels that they finish them in are crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had the tequila. The tequila barrel was a good example of interesting, not amazing. If you're coming up to Nashville, if you get a chance to go to Nashville Barrel, go to Nashville Barrel. They're doing some really interesting things with, essentially blending and barrel picks.
I'm thinking, are they open? Is their tasting room open on Sundays? Do you know?
I don't know, but now I'm going to Google it for you.
I'll Google. And
Google it,
most
yeah.
of them are at noon or 1.
Oh
yeah,
usually,
yeah,
but,
yeah,
no.
yeah. But they'll, you know.
All right. Does
they'll take
anybody
it.
need more time? Does anybody need more time to get their ranking? Okay. What I do next, I'll switch over to the spreadsheet that we'll use to calculate all this. All that means is I can't see you. So if I'll be calling out your name, asking you to give me your ranking. If you need to get my attention, you'll have to just call out. I won't see it if you put it in the chat or if you wave your hands or something like that. So that's the only thing. I'll let everybody know that. And this is just the order that you are on the spreadsheet. There's no particular order here. Just, I think, reverse order of what you signed up, actually. So, Heidi, you're going to be first. How did you rank these?
I'm not done yet. Skip me.
Okay. We'll come back to Heidi. Milton, you're first.
I've got A, D, E, B, C.
Okay. Jeannie.
Okay, that was really funny because almost the same. I have A, D, E, C, B.
I started to switch it.
B. Okay. All right. Next up is Jason.
It's gonna be 3 close. I got A, D, E, B, C.
E, C. Okay. Terry.
Wow. I'm pretty clear on my 1 and 2. I got D is number 1, B is number 2.
Wow.
I'm gonna go A number 3.
Okay.
And E4, C5.
C5. Okay. Fair enough. All right. James.
D, C, A, B, E.
Okay. All right. Melanie.
This is from Mr. Bill. Delta,
Oh, gosh.
Alpha, Charlie, Echo, Bravo.
Okay. I got it. Neil.
We've got A,
Okay.
D, E, B, C.
Okay. Randy.
Well, I like D the best because I thought it had a nice nose. It was good on the initial taste and it had a nice finish. So I'm going to go with D first and then B second, A third, C4 and D5.
Interesting.
Or sorry, E5.
E is 5. Wait a second. Would you mind doing that again? I got messed up somewhere along the way there, and I don't want to mess up the scores. So
D,
B. Okay. B, D,
A, C,
okay,
and E.
E. Okay, good. I got it this time. Sorry about that, Randy. Kathy, you're next.
A,
Okay.
B like boy, D like dog, C, E.
E. Okay. Scott.
Alpha, Delta, Bravo, Charlie, Echo.
Echo. Okay. All right, Catherine.
C, A, C, E, B.
All right. Casey.
I have the same as James. D as in dog, C as in cat, A as in apple, B as in boy, E as in elephant.
Okay. Henry, sorry, I missed you there, Henry, because I put you in later. I've meant to call
I
you right after
got A, D, C, E, B.
Okay. All right. Heidi, you got yours done yet?
Yeah, I do. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right.
All
What do you
right.
got?
So I'm going D, A, C, E, B.
Okay. Right.
Now he does math.
Next up is Adina.
I've got D, B, E, C, and A.
Okay. Dave.
All right. D is number 1, C is
Okay.
number 2, B is number 3, E is number 4, A is number 5.
Okay. A is 5. Okay. All right. Mike.
Let's see. I've got Delta, Echo, Charlie, Bravo, Alpha.
Okay. All right. Bill.
I got the hiccups.
Okay.
Bill, do you have a Q?
He did last time we did this.
I know.
Did Bill lock up again? I can't see what's going on.
Looks like he did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's frozen.
We'll come back to him. Rick.
D, E, C, B, A.
Everybody's putting A last.
Okay. Justine.
I am A, D as in dog, B as in boy, C, E.
Okay.
Steve, I've got Bill's is up on chat. So it's Delta, Bravo, Charlie, Alpha, Echo.
Okay. Did I miss anyone? I think I got everybody there. Okay. All right. Give me just a second here to write this down so I can come back and be able to tell you guys exactly what happened here. All right.
You gonna take any early guesses?
No.
It's probably not a good idea, right?
Okay.
Let's see. Okay.
Do you need someone to talk to fill the time?
Yeah, go ahead. Kathy will talk to you guys right now.
Okay, so I want everyone to know that tonight I'm wearing the t-shirt. It has my own face on it.
Move your hair.
All right.
All right, Kathy, front and
He
back.
is the GOAT, the capital G, capital O, capital A, capital T.
All right.
Kathy.
Available on Amazon.
Available on Amazon or
Wherever your finest t-shirts are sold, but not actually that second part.
or if you compliment me enough, I might buy you one.
Oh, there you go. That's the angle you want to work, folks.
Why, Kathy, how lovely you're looking tonight.
That is such a nice shirt, Kathy.
And does Rick have his on?
No.
No, Rick's rocking a bottle of something.
New Roof.
Okay.
Rick's got good t-shirts.
I get, I'll
And
get
I
mine.
believe there is a Mr. Bill one in the mix here too, somewhere.
Oh yeah.
There's got to be a Mr. Bill one.
There's
So
a Mr. Bill.
Bill's not wearing the Mr. Bill t-shirt tonight.
No, he's not.
No,
It's
he
his
should be.
birthday.
It's his
He's still
birthday. He can do
frozen.
whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
I have a fantastic shirt coming tomorrow.
Not his birthday suit.
Yeah. Gosh.
Thank goodness for small
Thank
David.
you.
Heidi, what do you got coming tomorrow?
My Yellowstone shirt with all of my glasses.
Oh, Yellowstone and glasses. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get all 6 of the Yellowstones, the labels yet or not?
I still need Old Faithful.
Old Faithful. Okay. Okay.
Is that an older version? Does that go
I don't
back
know
like
what we're
into the
talking about.
70s or 80s or what?
No, so they've got that's the classic one they've used in the past, and they put it on the LEs, the Old Faithful, but they've got for their 150th anniversary they released 6 different bottles, and if I had
I will
a,
show you.
I've got Heidi is going to grab a bottle of Yellowstone. So in the circle there, they're different. You got to get close. You got to get closer than that. This is for those of us watching on the multi screen. There you go. So yeah, in the circle, it's different. So it features something different from the park. So they're doing it for their 150th anniversary. It's a special year. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And they're doing 6 of them. So I don't know. There's
Is
people.
that available at a liquor store near you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got all 6 of them in St. Louis. So yeah, I'm done. So I got to get them signed by Steve Beam, and then I'm done. So,
Right, but it's not like a gift shop kind of
no,
thing.
no. It's just regular Yellowstone. So
They're out there in the world.
That yep.
Okay.
Obviously, Scott does not listen to my podcasts.
No,
Correct.
yeah.
Or
Oh, that's a shame.
I do not listen to podcasts, period. It's nothing personal.
That's hurtful.
I
That's
listen
hurtful.
to audio.
It is hurtful.
Yeah. If no one listened to my podcast, I wouldn't be here. I'd be done.
If you go on their website right now, Yellowstone or Limestone Branch Distillery, they have the matching rocks glasses to go with the bottles.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know.
Really?
That's
That's
what I
awesome.
ordered. Right, Scott? Right?
Yeah,
I know.
it's pretty cool.
And
It's pretty cool.
I'm on there and I'm ordering stuff and everything, and I look and I was like, oh wait, they have the rocks glasses to match each bottle, and I've bought 2 of each bottle so far. So I'm
Oh.
like, yeah, I gotta have the glass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Jim's already figuring out something to make to display it. So
I'm sure he'll come up with something cool.
Out of barrel
Yeah.
saves.
Yeah.
yep, out of barrel saves.
All right, let's talk about the results. It is now time
dun,
to
dun.
share the results.
Dun dun dun.
So again, this is Whiskey Fights. So I mean, yeah. So let's get ready to bourbon. So here are the results. In 5th place, so last place for the evening, with just 45 points. E is in last place.
Wow.
And that is Connor O'Driscoll is our competitor there. Of course, he is with Heaven Hill. And this was the Evan Williams 1783. If you're looking for the specific product, it was Evan Williams 1783. We have a tie for 4th and 3rd, which is okay. Because again, our top 2 are the ones that move on. As long as we don't have a tie at 1 and 2, we don't have any sort of problem. So these stay the same. There's no need for a tiebreak or anything like that. They ultimately are the same. So this is just in no order here because they have the same score. But Alan Bishop with 49 points, Alan Bishop and his Lee W. Sinclair was tied for 3rd, if you will.
Which one was that?
Which one was that?
That was C. That was C.
See?
C is in Charlie. C is in Charlie. Alan Bishop was tied with B, as in boy, Adam Stumpf of Stumpy Spirits, the Old Monroe. So his product was the Old Monroe. They both final had 49 points. Had 49 points.
I'm sorry, what was the C again?
C was Lee W. Sinclair. That's the name of the product. It's Alan Bishop from Spirits of French Lick Distillery.
Should have figured that was that.
Oh,
Were they all at 80 proof or?
No, they're higher than that. I think Old Monroe is 90, and I'm not sure about Lee W. Sinclair. I think that's 100 proof. It's a bottled and bond product. So, yeah. So.
Which letter was?
What
Adam?
letter was Stumpy's? Old Monroe.
B as a boy. B. So those have been eliminated. They have to take at least a month off. So you know that those 3 will not be in the March edition. By the way, we're doing this again March 23rd, if you're interested. And of course, I always do a follow-up email. We've got a lot of new folks on here. I always do a follow-up email because I do record it. If you want to go back and watch the video, if there's something you feel you missed. So I include everybody that attended or signed up, I should say, in that. And I'll include the date of the next one as well as a link if you're interested. So the next 2 do move on. One is a champion, one as, 2nd place. So 2nd place, Mr. Fred No, legendary master distiller of Jim Beam. He brought his product tonight was Old Tub. So again, another 100 proof product. He
What
came
letter?
in.
What letter?
He's A, and he came in at 70 points. 70 points. Strong showing from Mr. No there.
That's of good value too, because that's like a $20 bottle. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is about $20. So yeah, so that's worth one getting. So all right. Next up,
The winner is.
last but not least, our winner, our champion, the sweetheart of the bourbon industry, This guy's got more stuff that people are chasing than anybody else, so it makes sense. He sits atop our standings. He is our champion. Mr. Harlan Wheatley of Buffalo Trace, scoring 87 with his letter D, and that is regular Buffalo Trace. Regular Buffalo Trace is what it was. It's the one that's oddly is easy to find in some places, impossible to find in others. If you go into St. Louis, it's impossible to find at the liquor store. Go to the grocery store. There you got 20 bottles in every grocery store. Yeah. So, so it's a weird product, but yeah, there you go. Harlan Wheatley is our champion. He holds the belt. He will definitely be in the next one, as will Fred No. So a couple of the Titans. Again, so we had two of the smaller ones in this one, three of the big guys. The big guys are the ones that move on here, knock off the smaller ones.
Mr. Akley.
Yes.
So when you say Harlan Wheatley and Fred No will be moving forward, will Buffalo Trace and Old Tub be moving forward?
No, we'll pull different products from them every time. So it's out of their portfolio. So it's anything. Again, Fred knows the master distiller there. I wouldn't put anything from the Little Book series or something like that, because really that's a Freddie project, and Freddie's got a couple of his own projects, even though he's not the master distiller.
Releases in this.
What's that?
Are limited releases in this?
Possibly.
No doubt.
It could be. It literally could be anything in the portfolio. So anything goes. Yeah. So that's it.
So we could be seeing anything from E.H.
next
Taylor
month. Next month it's it's going to be George T. Stagg from the BTAC collection. Right. No. If I get a bottle of George T. Stagg, I'm drinking that myself. So so we have to be within reason. Within reason.
I personally know that you have 4 bottles of Pappy 10.
Oh, I do. I've won it every year, which is odd. At the Total Wine, matter of fact, that's supposed to be happening this month still. So I'm waiting to get my notice that I won the old Rip 10-year-old. I mean, I've won it literally every single year since they've been in St. Louis. So they do their raffle. They used to do a live raffle. Now they do a thing online. It doesn't matter. Every single year, that's what I've got. It's weird.
I have one of the 10-year, and I'm opening it for my retirement here in 3 months.
Okay, very cool. Well, we'll be there. Just shoot us the address.
Yeah,
Milton, shoot us the address, and we'll show up. I'll put that in the email to everyone. So there you go. That is our first ever whiskey. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's get some feedback.
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
I think
over time, as the standings and the rankings, and we could see, maybe somebody loses a match, but they're high ranked. There'll be people calling for them to get back in. I feel like there may be some of that happens. But yeah, it's going to be.
So this is like Celebrity Jeopardy, except with distillers.
Yes,
the
exactly.
Winners keep coming back.
Yes, yeah.
So, Steve, how many rounds is this going to go?
This is going to go until we lose interest in it, I guess. So as long as people are buying tickets, we'll keep doing it. So it's right now there's no, it's evergreen. But if we do this next month and 3 people sign up, it's over.
So I am familiar with 3 of those, but I have never heard of B and C. Is that?
Well, they're craft. So yeah, their distribution's limited. So Stumpy's, literally their distribution would be greater St. Louis, I think is safe to say. I mean, they're in Missouri and Illinois, but
unless you know a mule.
Yeah. And then the Lee W. Sinclair product, again, Spirits of French Lick, not huge distribution. They're out of Indiana, so out of French Lick, Indiana, or New Baden, actually. But so again, limited distribution. They're in Missouri. They're in, I don't know what states they're in there besides Indiana, but not a lot. So and again, we're going to do
bourbons.
What's that?
All 5 were bourbons.
Bourbon. Yes, all 5 tonight were bourbons. They don't have to be for the rules of this. They do not have to be. It's funny too, hearing some of the things like, well, B is definitely a finished. It wasn't. It was just the regular Stumpy's Old Monroe. So nothing.
Yeah, but Stumpy pulls weird flavors out of stuff.
True. That's true. But yeah, these were all straightforward. Now, I'm not saying we'll never have a finished bourbon in there, and it might not. It's not going to be like this is finished bourbon month. It'll be just thrown in there, and maybe that gives somebody an advantage. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it works against it. It's just we're playing the portfolios of these master distillers. So,
and a little bit fun fact for Mr. Bill, you and Alan Bishop share the same birthday.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And did you know that me and George Washington share the same birthday?
True.
Yep.
He's older.
A little bit.
And
A little
dead.
bit.
So Dave,
He's also my like great uncle.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
How about that? How
Well,
about that?
Mr. Bill
All right.
is not only bourbon famous.
Yeah.
he's the father of my country.
Yeah.
So Dave, you made a comment, I think, that
The
you
nephew of the father.
when you tasted something, you said, "Oh, that tastes like something in our neighborhood." Which one was that? And were you right?
I was absolutely totally wrong. It was somebody I'd had recently. I thought it tasted a little Neely like.
Yes,
It was
that's what I
Neely on the
thought.
nose,
Yeah.
but it ended up being stumpy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
I thought
That's
the
what I
stumpy
thought.
was Neely
Yeah.
because of the nose.
Yeah.
That one threw me for a
Family.
loop.
And we
Yeah.
we
I
kind of
thought
thought A
something-
might be Neely's.
You guys started
I
talking about someone in the
I
neighborhood.
figured you guys assumed
Neely,
the
it was
regulars
A.
assumed that Neely's would be in here, so I didn't put it in this first one.
It
And
had a Neely like nose to me.
Okay.
Really
don't
did.
tell
Agreed.
Royce.
Yeah. Bill has on his
So,
t-shirt there. Bill's transitioned into his t-shirt now, so he's
Bill
got
did a
Tell
wardrobe
Fred.
change.
Tell
Yep.
Fred no to put at least Legion in his next round.
okay.
Oh,
Legion,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, there we
Right.
go.
Fred
Legion.
sometimes randomly comes on our events, so you never know. Maybe he'll be here next time. That would be pretty funny.
Freddie.
He was a surprise guest when we did one of these recently. We knew Freddie was coming on, but we didn't realize he invited his dad to come on with him. It was just an amazing moment when he's like, "I'm here," and then he turns his computer, and there's Fred. And Fred was
I've heard good things about Old Tub, but I've never purchased it. And
Oh, there you
I've
go.
only been into bourbon about 4 or 5 months, but I've heard what a great value Old Tub is.
That's a
So
great
I'm
value.
definitely
What were
going
you
to grab
into
it next time.
Yeah.
What were
What
you
were you
into
into
before, Terry?
I've liked Russell Reserve 10. I've liked Rare Breed, Barrel
Ooh,
Proof.
Good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, before bourbon.
Oh, I was into craft beer. So now I'm doing the same thing I did on craft beer. I was like onto this Untapped, and I tried
Okay.
1,000 different beers over 4 years, and Pokemon trading cards for old
There you
farts, right? And so now
Oh.
craft beer was my gateway spirit. So
Well,
now
we
I'm
are
in
we're a rabbit hole for you if you want to fall down that rabbit hole. We do a lot of
Yeah.
content. I mean,
Absolutely.
talking about
It's a great rabbit hole.
yeah. So we do a lot of these type of events. We do live events. We do if you're into the podcast, we've got 2 of the top podcasts out there in the Bourbon Show and the Bourbon Daily. So yeah, make movies and all kinds of cool stuff.
So you're a lot cooler than Fred Minnick.
Thank you.
A lot cooler.
Thank you very much. I
Just
appreciate
don't ask.
it. This is a smart man here. I like this guy.
This is
I met them both.
But
Steve Ross.
Thank
this
you.
is an ascot-free zone, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Maybe a few asses.
Yeah. An emphasis on
No
the
ass
ass.
guys.
All right, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, we'll turn
Gang,
off.
I'm gonna head
I'll
out.
say
Thank you
goodbye.
so much again.
All right. Yeah. Good seeing you guys. I'll stick around if anybody has any questions, wants to chat, anything like that. But bye for now. See you guys.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye.